More reaction coming out of Sunday's Grand Prix in Saudi Arabia here at GPFans. Remember to hit the subscribe button down below to stay with us throughout the remainder of this final week of the season and all of our build-up to the big Grand Prix in Abu Dhabi coming up this Sunday. But the fastest street circuit in the world has left us with the fastest talking mouths in Formula 1. Toto Wolff and Christian Horner have their say on everything that took place last Sunday in Jeddah. Let's get into the all-important news headlines this Monday. Formula 1 missed Charlie Whiting today. The scathing comment from Christian Horner in the aftermath of a testing Saudi Arabian Grand Prix for both the FIA and the two title-scrapping constructors. Race director Michael Masi had to deal with a number of unorthodox incidents during the highly controversial inaugural 50-lap race in Jeddah on Sunday. But the Red Bull team principal stuck the knife in the post-race aftermath when he suggested that the sport missed former race director Charlie Whiting on Sunday, a man considered firm but fair in his adjudication of incidents as race director until his death in 2019. Asked for his thoughts, Horner said, "We're over-regulated, and then the referee, there are rules about 10 car lengths, a formation lap isn't a formation lap if it's a restart. It just feels there are too many rules. It felt like today the sport missed Charlie Whiting, I'm sorry to say. But the experience he had, it's obviously frustrating. It's difficult for Michael Masi and the stewards, particularly at this type of venue and circuit with the amount of debris and types of corners. It's the same for everybody." Horner feels a debate will rage over this race and its handling long after the season has concluded, adding, "I think it was a tough race for them to manage today. There was a lot of debris. There was obviously a lot of traffic with race control over various different incidents, and then safety cars, virtual safety cars, restarts, and that process was difficult to keep a track of." One of the more surprising moments in Sunday's race came when Red Bull were offered a grid penalty to hand back a position taken off track by Max Verstappen before the restart of the Grand Prix after a second red flag. Viewers heard the FIA radio with Masi offering Red Bull the grid penalty to send the Dutch driver back behind Lewis Hamilton to third on the race restart, in a moment akin to the popular television show Deal or No Deal, with no one wise to what the other potential punishment could be should Horner and his team choose to not take the initial FIA offer. Reflecting on what unfolded, Horner added, "It was a bit like being down a souk, which is unusual. I haven't come across that previously. Obviously, we voiced our own arguments. I'm sure Mercedes voiced theirs. It was just very frustrating." In the race aftermath as well, Max Verstappen declared that Formula 1 had now become more about penalties than racing. A more diplomatic Mercedes team principal, Toto Wolff, looked back on Sunday's action in Saudi Arabia, suggesting that Max Verstappen's actions were maybe over the line in both his attack and defence against Lewis Hamilton in the final 30 laps at Sunday's Grand Prix in Jeddah. 3 straight wins for Hamilton has left the British driver dead level, with Verstappen on points in the Drivers' Championship going into the final race of the season in Abu Dhabi. But a bitter title battle seemed to turn incredibly sour in Saudi Arabia, with the Mercedes boss taking exception to Verstappen's tactics on track. Assessing the race, Wolff said, "It was hard, very hard, maybe over the line hard, and we just want to have a clean championship. May the best man win, and if it is Max at the end, then I have peace with that, but it just needs to be a fairer race." Looking ahead, the Mercedes team boss hoped that the lessons learnt from the mess in Jeddah will be a learning point for all those involved, especially the driving standards of Verstappen, who accumulated 15 seconds worth of penalties for his conduct in the race. Looking ahead, the Mercedes team boss hoped that the lessons learned from the mess in Jeddah will be a learning point for all those involved, especially the driving standards of Verstappen, who accumulated 15 seconds worth of penalties for his conduct during the race. Without referencing the Red Bull driver directly, Wolff said, "I would hope that this race has enough repercussions that everybody is going to learn from it and adapt for the final race," said the Mercedes team boss, declaring his hope for a clean decider in Abu Dhabi next weekend. "I think that similar driving, if it were to be deemed by the stewards as being over the line, would also be penalised in Abu Dhabi. And that could end up in a messy situation for everybody. And I don't think the championship has deserved a result that was influenced by a collision. So I very much trust in the self-regulating system. Interesting that Toto Wolff would reference a championship being decided by a collision, considering that a collision would work out very well for Max Verstappen and Red Bull and would hand the Dutch driver the driver's title. Do we want to see a more fair and calm affair in Abu Dhabi next weekend? And did the sport this Sunday just gone in Jeddah really miss Charlie Whiting, as Christian Horner mentioned? Let us know in the comments section below your thoughts on what both team bosses have said in the aftermath of Saudi Arabia. And get ready, of course, for the championship decider with us here at GP Fans by hitting that subscribe button down below.